Hi guys, this is Saili and welcome back to my channel. So in today's vlog, I'm going to show you what I ate during the span of this week. So I'm going to show you with a little bit twist. I am going to show you what I cooked and what I ate in the week. I'm not very good cook, but this quarantine period has made me experiment with my cooking skills. So if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please do subscribe and click on the bell notification icon. So without wasting much of time, let's hit the kitchen. Let's go! So here I am in my kitchen already wearing apron and all. So today I'm going to make one of my favorite street food, which is dabeli. So let's get started. I've taken around 1-2 teaspoon of oil and now the oil is hot enough. So I'm going to add a ready-made dabeli masala. So I'm going to take around 1 tablespoon because I like the masala more in dabeli, a little more. And just fry with the oil, and in that I'm going to add the mashed potatoes. And mix it nicely with the masala. Also I'm going to add a teaspoon of salt. I have transferred the masala in this plate. Now I'm going to mash it a little bit more and spread evenly. I'm going to decorate with grated coconut. This is very optional, but if you like grated coconut flavor, then you can add some of it. Also I'm going to add pomegranate. Dabeli is not complete without pomegranate. So add a handful of it. Isn't it looking decorative? Now we'll do the next step of making the dabeli is ready. The stuffing is ready now. Now you have to just fill it in the bread and eat it. So first we'll apply this spicy chutney to the bread. So I've made this spicy chutney using around 5 to 6 dry red chilies, cloves, 5 to 6 garlic cloves and salt, and I have grinded it in the mixer. I'll link the recipe, I'll put the recipe in the description box. So now we'll apply this to the pav. So next thing I have made a sweet tamarind chutney. This also I'll put in the description box, recipe to this. So I'll apply this over the spicy. This will give a dabeli nice sweet and spicy flavor. So now we'll take a spoonful of the masala, dabeli masala, and put it in the pav like this. And then close it. Now our breads are all filled with the dabeli masala, and now it's ready to go on the pan. On the pan I'm putting little ghee. Usually on the street side they use a lot of butter, but I'm avoiding butter and I'm going to use around 2 teaspoons of ghee and spread it evenly with the brush. This technique will make you use less of ghee and butter. Now we'll place our bread on this. So now you can see the bread are toasted nicely from bottom and from top, and it looks quite crispy. This is how a dabeli should be, a street side dabeli. So now we'll garnish it with some save. I have this nylon save ready with me. What I'm just going to do is just save and just put a little more save inside this to give nice a crispy bite. So then our street side dabeli is ready. So let me taste it. It has got a nice street flavor. I mean, it's not exactly the same as you get on the roadside, but it's quite close to it and it's really tasty. I think you should try this recipe. Yet again in my kitchen. So today I have decided to make bhindi for my lunch. So let's get started making bhindi do pyaz. So our saucepan is hot now. I'm going to add approximately 1 to 2 teaspoon of oil. And the oil is hot now, and in that I'm going to add this. So now the bhindi is almost fried, and you can see the sliminess is gone away. So now we'll take it out in a bowl. Now after frying the bhindi, now we are going to fry onion. So I've cut roughly this big sizes of onion. It's a one onion which I have taken. So we will fry this for like 1 minute. Now the onions are almost fried. We don't have to overcook it. So this much consistency is enough. And now we'll take it out in a plate. In the same pan, I'm going to add cardamom. I have not added more oil because I think whatever oil is there in the pan is enough. So I'm going to add 2 cardamom, 1 big cinnamon stick, 1 spoon of jeera, 1 teaspoon of methi seeds. And now we have to just roast it. And we'll add 1 sliced green chili, mine is red in color, and just fry it for a while. After frying the chili, we are going to add, I've taken around 1 big onion, finely chopped. Now the onions are fried nicely. We'll add around 1 teaspoon of ginger garlic paste. And fry it nicely with the onions till the raw smell goes away. Now the onions, ginger garlic paste, everything is fried nicely. Now I will add tomato puree. I have taken 2 small tomatoes and make puree out of it. After adding the puree, we'll fry a little bit more. After the tomatoes, onion, everything is nicely cooked, now we'll add the masalas. I'm adding 1 teaspoon haldi powder, almost 1 teaspoon chili powder, a little bit more, and 1 teaspoon coriander powder. Along with that, I'm adding 1 teaspoon salt. You can add salt as per your taste. And now fry nicely so that the masalas blend in with the onions and tomatoes. Now frying this masalas properly, we'll close the pan and let it cook for like 1 minute. It's almost a minute now, and I'm going to open the lid, and you can see the masala is cooked. Add our bhindi in it. Also the fried onion. And now we'll mix this too with the masala. So now mixing the bhindi and onions, we'll cook it for like 8 to 10 minutes on low flame. Since we are not adding any water, this has to be cooked on low flame. So now I'll open the lid, and the bhindi is almost cooked. So now I will add in that garam masala. I'm adding 1 full teaspoon of garam masala, a little bit more. Also I'm adding 1 teaspoon of amchur powder. Now I will mix this nicely. And I'll close the bhindi again with the lid and let it cook for some more time, approximately 1 or 2 minutes. So it's 1 to 2 minutes now and our bhindi is ready. Wow, it looks amazing and it smells good. So this is going to be my lunch today and I'm going to taste it and tell you how it's turned out. And that's my lunch, bhindi do pyaza and roti. So let me taste it. It's turned out really nice. If you're tired of eating boring bhindi sabzi, you can definitely just give it a go. It's nicely spicy and tangy at the same time. Really nice. Let me enjoy my lunch. So today's my breakfast dish is rice onion bhakri and it's my childhood favorite. So let's get started. So to make this rice onion bhakri, which is also called kanyachi bhakri, and this is one of my childhood favorite. My mother used to make it all the time for breakfast or sometimes for snacks, but usually for breakfast. So we've taken approximately 2 cups, so this size, 2 cups of fine rice flour. So now in that we are going to add onion. So I've taken 1 big size of finely chopped onion. The more onion you add to it, it will give you a nice taste. So I'm going to add all the onion in this. After adding onion, we'll add 1 finely chopped chili. Now we'll add approximately 2 tablespoons of coconut. A little more than that. Coconut gives nice flavor, and without coconut this bhakri is incomplete. Now we'll add approximately 1 to 2 teaspoons of salt and little bit of jaggery. Now we'll mix this all. Doing this recipe brings back memories with my mother when she used to make it for us all the time. And now since I miss her recipe, so I try and do it in between, asking her how to do it. Now we'll add water. We don't want to make it very sticky dough, so I'm just going to add water as long and bind it. So now our dough is ready. It's right. We are ready to make bhakris. We'll make bhakris out of it and I'll show you how we make it. So your dough should be of this consistency, not very sticky and not very runny. Now we'll start making the bhakri. I'm going to add less than a teaspoon of ghee and I will spread it with the brush. This technique helps you to consume less of anything, oil, ghee, butter, whatever you use. But for this recipe you need to use ghee. Now you need to use hand to make this bhakri. So now you'll take one big, like a ball of this atta, bhakri atta, and a little more, and start spreading it with my hand, and add little water on my fingers and spread it. This will make the bhakri a little bit flat and it will be crispy to eat. So after spreading this way, we'll let it cook on a high. Bhakri has become like golden brown. This is the color you should get when you are cooking the bhakri, and it looks slightly like a burnt color, but this is how it should be, and it will taste really delicious and will be crispy at the same time. So my bhakri is ready and I'm having it with some chai And now I will taste it. It's quite hot. Yummy. The way I like it, it's become perfect. Crispy, bit soft, and the salt and jaggery, the taste has blended so well. It's delicious and it's a very healthy breakfast. So today I will be eating spaghetti, and let me show you how I made it. The first thing we are going to do is I've taken some water, like 1 or 2 cups of water. In that I've added a teaspoon of oil and a teaspoon of salt, and once it is boiled, now we are going to add the spaghetti. So now while our spaghetti is been boiling, now in a pan, another pan, we'll take some oil, like 1 to 2 teaspoon of oil. Once the oil is hot, we'll add finely chopped garlic. I've taken 3 big cloves of garlic. After sauteing the garlic, we'll add finely chopped green onions. And we'll fry them. Green onions do not take much time to fry, so like for a few minutes. After the green onions are fried, now we'll add finely chopped half a capsicum and half a carrot. And we'll fry them nicely till the carrots and capsicum are cooked. So now we'll close the pan with the lid and let it cook for a minute. It's been a minute now and our veggies are fried. Now in that I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of green chili sauce, 1 tablespoon of red chili sauce. The sauce which I have here, it's not that spicy, it's a bit on the sweeter side, so you can add more also. To give little more spicier taste, I'm adding 1 tablespoon of sriracha sauce. This is a bit on the spicier side. After adding the sauce, we'll fry this again nicely. So all the vegetables have to be coated with the sauces. I'm also adding 1 Maggi cube, vegetable one. This gives nice flavor. Since I've already added Maggi cube, I'm going to add pinch of salt because Maggi cube already has a bit of salt in it. Now I'm adding 1 and 2 tablespoons of water till gravy. So now this is ready with all the sauces. It's time to add our spaghetti. So after adding the spaghetti, we'll just mix everything. So our spaghetti is coated nicely with the sauce which we made. At this moment, since the spaghetti is already cooked, you can turn off the gas and mix it. So our final spaghetti is ready. So this is a simple recipe which I usually make with spaghetti, and it's quicker one. So you can definitely try this. So now that it's ready, let me taste it, or rather eat. Very nice. This is a simple recipe. I usually like eating spaghetti like the simple way, not the fancy one. So if you have very less time, don't have much time to cook, this gets done quickly, and it's really tasty with a lot of vegetables and the sauces we've put. Yummy. So to make cucumber cake, which we also called in Konkani Tausari, I have taken around 4 big cucumbers, and so before making that, one important tip is you need to cut this part and the end and just check for the bitterness. If it's bitter, then you have to cut a little more and check. We don't want bitter cucumbers for this, we want a little bit on the sweeter side. So I'm going to do check for the bitterness, and later we are going to grate these cucumbers. So now I've done the bitterness check, and cucumbers are not bitter. Now we'll start grating this. So now our cucumber has been grated, and now we'll measure it I'm using this cup to measure the cucumber to see how much the quantity is. Measuring, this is about 5 cups of grated cucumber. So now for 5 cups of grated cucumber, we'll take around 2 cups of semolina or rava and dry roast it. So when I said 2 cups of semolina, I've taken half a cup more. So I've taken 2.5 cups of semolina or rava, and now we'll dry roast it till it turns little brown. So while roasting it, we have to make sure we do not burn the suji. We have to just roast it till the aroma comes out and it turns little brown, but not overcook it. Now semolina is dry roasted and I've taken it out in another bowl. I'm using the same pan. In that I've added the grated cucumber. In that I have added around 2 big tablespoons of jaggery or gur. In that I've added approximately 1 cup of grated coconut. In that I've added 1 tablespoon of sesame seeds, white sesame. So now I've mixed everything and I'm letting it to cook till it starts bubbling, and you can see there's chunks of jaggery which I want to melt it. So this is a very healthy and simple recipe. It's my mother's recipe and it turns out really delicious. So let it boil. See now it's coming to a bubbling stage, and the jaggery is melted and it's nicely bubbling now. You can just taste and see if there is lack of salt or jaggery. I've tasted this and it's perfect. Now I will add the roasted semolina rava in this pan. So at this moment I've turned off the gas, added the rava and combined it like a nice batter. Now we'll transfer this in a pan like a cake tin or a flat pan and bake it. I've taken this tray and I've greased it with ghee. Now I will transfer the batter in this. So it's ready now, and now it's ready to go in the oven. You can also add cashew nuts in this. It will give us nice flavor. Since I don't have cashew nuts, I'm not going to add it. I've preheated the oven at 180 degrees. So now I will put it inside and cook for around 25 to 30 minutes. So our cucumber cake is ready. It is not going to rise up like normal cakes because there are no raising agents like baking soda, baking powder. It is going to be flat this way. You have to just cook it till it turns brown, and now you can eat it after it's cooled down or eat the next day by frying it, like slight frying it with ghee. It will taste really good the next day. So it's ready and do try it. That's it for today, guys, in my what I ate and cooked in the week. And before I forget, the cucumber cake turned out so well and amazing that I ate it, but I forgot to record it. Sorry for that. And I had fun shooting this vlog of cooking and showing you some really fun things which I usually eat during the day. So if you liked my today's video, please like, share, subscribe, click on the bell notification icon, and do comment and let me know what would you like to see next in my upcoming videos. And if you like such kind of videos, do let me know so I can make more of these like cooking vlogs which will help people to cook simple and tasty foods during quarantine. So see you next time with more videos. Bye.